आईवीएफ क्या होता है?
और वो एग्स हम निकाल के हस्बैंड के स्पर्म के साथ मिलाते हैं टेस्ट ट्यूब में, लेबोरेटरी
लैब
में।
आईवीएफ हलाल है कि नहीं? आप अपनी मर्जी से जेंडर चूज कर सकते हैं, अपनी मर्जी से आई कलर चूज कर सकते हैं, हेयर कलर चूज कर सकते हैं, ये पॉसिबल है?
Oldest baby that I've created is around 27 years old now.
वाओ।
उनकी एंगेजमेंट पे मैं गया था like just last year.
अच्छा, आईवीएफ जिनको नहीं पता, उनको इजी वर्ड्स में अगर बताएं, बिल्कुल एक 15 इयर्स ओल्ड बच्चों को अगर आप समझाना चाहेंगे तो किन वर्ड्स में समझाएंगे आईवीएफ क्या होता है?
Absolutely. IVF का मतलब है इन विट्रो फर्टिलाइजेशन। इन विट्रो फर्टिलाइजेशन एक बहुत साइंटिफिक गहरी टर्मिनोलॉजी है। उसका मतलब डायरेक्टली आप देखें तो इट मीन्स के कंसेप्शन इन अ टेस्ट ट्यूब। सो इसलिए वो नाम दिया गया है टेस्ट ट्यूब बेबी। ओके,
Okay.
सो इसमें क्या करते हैं कि फर्स्ट वी ट्राई एंड आइडेंटिफाई कि फर्टिलिटी इशू क्या है, मेल फैक्टर है, फीमेल फैक्टर है, और जो भी है, समटाइम्स इट्स इवन अ कपल रिलेटेड फर्टिलिटी इशू,
Okay.
नॉट नेसेसरीली रिलेटेड टू मेल फैक्टर और फीमेल फैक्टर। लेकिन आईवीएफ क्या है कि हम हॉर्मोन्स की जरिए से अंडे बनवाते हैं ओवरीज में। लेडीज की जो ओवरी होती है उसमें अंडे बनते हैं, ठीक है। वो अंडों को हम स्टिम्युलेट करते हैं मेडिसिन से साथ, हॉर्मोन्स के साथ।
ठीक है।
14-15 दिन लगते हैं ये अंडे बनने के लिए। फिर वो जो अब अंडे वो मैच्योर हो जाते हैं, उन अंडों को हम रिमूव करते हैं ओवरी से एक माइनर सर्जरी के जरिए।
Okay.
और वो एग्स हम निकाल के हस्बैंड के स्पर्म के साथ मिलाते हैं टेस्ट ट्यूब में, लेबोरेटरी
लैब
में।
में।
उससे हम एम्ब्रियो क्रिएट करते हैं। जो एग होता है, स्पर्म होता है, वो जो एम्ब्रियोलॉजिस्ट जो करता है वो एग और स्पर्म को मिलाता है।
ओके।
और वो जो एम्ब्रियो बनता है उनको 5 दिनों तक लैब में ग्रो करता है, उनकी डेवलपमेंट मॉनिटर करता है। वो जो अर्ली एम्ब्रियोज होते हैं, सो टू स्पीक।
Okay.
सो 5 दिनों तक उनकी स्टडी चलती है कि कौन से एम्ब्रियो सुपीरियर है, एडवांस्ड है, डेवलपमेंटली पोटेंशियल जिसमें ज़्यादा होती है। उस एम्ब्रियो को हम सिलेक्ट करके वापस 1 या 2 एम्ब्रियो फीमेल के यूट्रस में डालते हैं। फिर इट्स अ नेचर्स गेम। इफ इट इम्प्लांट्स एंड रिजल्ट्स इन अ प्रेगनेंसी, then that is the aim of the whole treatment called IVF. So
Okay.
IVF की जो terminology है, in simplistic terms it means in vitro fertilization or fertilizing the egg with the sperm outside the body.
दैट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। डिफरेंट नेशनलिटीज़ के साथ आईवीएफ में डिफरेंट प्रॉब्लम्स, क्योंकि मैं मुस्लिम हूँ और हमारे कुछ मुस्लिम्स में ऐसा लगता है कि आईवीएफ इज़ नॉट हलाल। आपको पता है ना हलाल हराम का।
Correct.
तो आपको इसका थोड़ा सा नॉलेज है, आईवीएफ हलाल है कि नहीं?
Absolutely. In fact, it is a very common myth buster with a lot of religions and cultures, because reproduction seems to be a birthright that every human being has. But when that cannot happen, it becomes a medical intervention, such as IVF. So, if you look at cultures and acceptability of these kind of treatments in a religious perspective, it's a huge minefield. Huge minefield. There's so many cultures that consider IVF as complete foreign and object to it. I come from Africa, as I told you, so this treatment is very new in Africa now. Of course, it's more and more accepted, but the number of times I've had to battle with various church leaders as well to make them understand what IVF is. This is not that you are creating
Something
hybrid of
artificially,
clones
yes,
and
yeah.
things like that. This is actually something that belongs to the couple in 9 out of 10 situations. You know, for example, if you look at Islam, for example, it was a very foreign concept. I had traveled to Pakistan a lot in my kind of early days of my career, where I was being invited to perform the embryology with a couple of clinics in Islamabad and Lahore.
Nice.
And often in that journey, I used to meet a lot of religious leaders like imams and so on, to try and explain to them of what we do in the lab. It's not this black box where kind of these Einstein-like scientists are creating monsters. No, this was purely the product of a husband and a wife, which is in the form of an egg and a sperm. So it's trying to create that awareness. It's trying to create the education that is needed so that all of your audience, including religious leaders, try and understand. And you'd be surprised, Shahrukh, that once this understanding came, the acceptance also came. We obviously want the people to benefit
From the technology.
from the technology. And sometimes people are influenced by various things, rightfully or wrongfully, by religion, culture, etc. So till these religious leaders or kind of people in positions are not convinced or educated of what this technology is, they're not going to be able to authorize it for the masses or the followers. So yes, I've had a lot of experience at dealing with various different cultures, right from making leaders understand what IVF is, what we do in the laboratory, what the different steps are. And as I said, still in the Jewish community, there are certain sectors of Judaism that require the rabbi to come and witness the procedure
Okay.
that's happening in the lab. The creation of the embryo, which is putting the egg and sperm together, has to be blessed and witnessed by the rabbi.
Wow. So it's like a lot of imams accept this as halal treatment, right?
As long as it's between a husband and a
his
wife.
Okay.
Donation is not necessarily accepted very readily.
Okay.
So couples who may need donor eggs or donor sperm, that may still be a challenge within some of these religious communities.
आपने आईवीएफ की अभी बात बता रहे हैं हलाल हराम की और कुछ मिथ्स भी हैं आपको तो मेरे से ज़्यादा पता होंगे लेकिन कुछ मुझे जो लग रहे हैं ना वो ये हैं कि आपका फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में बेबी हो जाता है इसको आप क्विकली अगर बताएं तो ऐसा होता है
No, absolutely. Firstly, there is no guarantees in
No
IVF.
guarantees, okay.
But one of the biggest factor that governs success rate for a couple is female की age. Okay. जब फीमेल लेस देन 35 years old की एज की होती है तो उनकी सक्सेस रेट ज़्यादा होती है टिपिकली फॉर एनी कपल in whatever clinic they go to, if they go to a good clinic, then there is a 1 in 2 chance of getting pregnant if the woman is less than 35. But जैसे एज बढ़ती है तो सक्सेस रेट कम होता जाता है ठीक है सो फॉर मेन द ऑप्टिमम एज ऑफ कंसीविंग लोगों को लगता है कि मेन में बायोलॉजिकल क्लॉक नहीं होती ऐसा नहीं होता आफ्टर 45 भी मेन की भी अब काफ़ी रिसर्च है जिसमें men start also losing their fertility. But women में वो problem बहुत ज़्यादा होती है एज की तो typically after 37 there is a rapid decline in a woman's ability to conceive and the chances really go lower and lower and typically after 40 you're looking at literally a less than 10% chance of getting pregnant even with IVF.
सेकंड मिथ ये है कि ये सिर्फ ओल्ड लोगों के लिए आईवीएफ यंग अगर आपका नहीं हो रहा तो आपको वेट करना चाहिए ये बात ठीक है आपको वेट करना चाहिए या क्विकली कितनी देर बाद आपको डिसाइड करना चाहिए कि आईवीएफ के पास चले जाना चाहिए?
It's a very good question, Shahrukh. So it is a myth because 60% of the couples that we treat in the fertility clinic are related to male factor infertility. And male factor infertility is not related to, I mean, yes, we said that as men age, then there's various aspects of the sperm that decline. However, in what we're seeing these days, a lot of the male factor infertility that we see in the clinic can even affect younger men because of their lifestyle.
In their
because
20s.
of alcohol consumption, because of smoking, because of stress, because of radiation, because of water that they're drinking, which is high in chemicals and things like that, plastics used, etc. So this is affecting male fertility a lot. And that's why it is not true that this is only for older people. What I would always recommend is when a couple are trying to delay their ability to have a child, first have a fertility wellness check. For women, there is a simple check on their blood test and an internal scan to see if their fertility is good. And for men, they just do a sperm count to see that everything looks normal. As long as the building blocks in the men and women are fine, then you can start planning when is the right time to have a family.
Interesting.
What you don't want to do is learn that you have a problem and then say, oh, well, this is a bit too late now because we're older. You can plan knowing what your fertility status is.
इंटरेस्टिंग। और ये एज सुन एज यू आर मैरिड और व्हेन यू आर ट्राइंग टू हैव अ
I
किड
think
यू
so.
शुड हैव इट। एक मिथ ये भी है कि आईवीएफ क्योंकि लैब्स में होता है, आप अपनी मर्ज़ी से जेंडर चूज़ कर सकते हैं, अपनी मर्ज़ी से आई कलर चूज़ कर सकते हैं, हेयर कलर चूज़ कर सकते हैं, ये पॉसिबल है?
So, what we call social aspects of a designer baby, okay, in the crude language, we call it creating a designer baby. Yes, these things are possible in terms of the latest technology.
Technology.
However, in the United Kingdom, we do not use this for social reasons. So, as I alluded earlier on in our conversation, कि certain genetic diseases होती हैं जिसकी prevalence males या females में ज़्यादा होती है. So, in some of these situations, we are able to do gender selection because a certain genetic disease only affects females. So, in this case, we will transfer a male embryo. So, yes, the technology is there whereby you can do gender selection on embryos, but we do not do it for social reasons. आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि मेरी 3 बेटियां हैं, अब मुझे बेटा चाहिए, तो इसलिए मुझे IVF करवाना है. In the United Kingdom, this is not legal. However, abroad in other countries, that may still be permissible, and people use IVF for family balancing purposes.
आपकी भी 2 बेटियां हैं, आपने चाहते तो कर सकते थे, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलना था, आपने भी नहीं किया।
Absolutely, it's
आप पे
because
प्रेशर नहीं था किसी का, या आपने, क्योंकि आपको तो कहते आप तो कर सकते हो, आप क्यों नहीं कर रहे? तो ऐसा कुछ था या आप इन चीज़ों पे
काफी
बिलीव नहीं
प्रेशर
करते?
था शाहरुख. 2 बेटियां थी, फिर काफी, coming from a very Asian background myself, I come from a Hindu family, and yes, of course, we have a very empowering attitude कि हमारे लिए लड़कियां या लड़के एक ही बराबर होते हैं, लेकिन वो एक डिजायर होती है ना कि you've got 2 of one gender, why can't we have another one of the other, family balancing बोले. But I've strictly believed that that is not in my ethical approval for myself. Who am I to judge? I'm not saying that your views are the same as mine, but certainly it was not acceptable to me. And luckily, me and my wife both were on the same page. Okay, it doesn't matter. We want a healthy child. It doesn't matter whether it's a boy or a girl. We accept that as God's grace and blessing. And we've never found the need to actually go down the route of assisted conception just because we want to choose the gender of our child.
आपका जो फर्स्ट बेबी था, जो आपने आईवीएफ के थ्रू, प्रोसीजर के थ्रू बनाया, और जो आपका पर्सनल अपनी फर्स्ट डॉटर थी, उन दोनों में कैसी फीलिंग थी? सिमिलर थी कि डिफरेंट थी?
नहीं, देखे तो IVF तो मैं कितने सालों से
नहीं,
कर
जो
रहा हूँ.
फर्स्ट वाला था, आपका फर्स्ट बेबी आया होगा, या आपके बिजनेस में जो फर्स्ट, क्योंकि फर्स्ट स्पेशल होता है ना.
Correct.
तो कैसा लगा आपको?
Absolutely. So we celebrate. So when I started IVF London, of course, as an embryologist, my oldest baby that I've created is around 27 years old now.
Wow.
उनकी engagement पे मैं गया था like just last year.
Beautiful.
And happened to be a family friend, and they were struggling to conceive almost 28, 29 years ago.
Wow.
And we did their IVF when I was a trainee. And they had this baby girl, and literally just last year I went for her engagement ceremony. So it was very nostalgic to see that moment that, oh my God, I've seen this girl as an embryo in my lab, and now she's getting engaged. So inshallah, मैं उनकी शादी पे भी जाऊंगा next year, and I really look forward to that. But at IVF London, when we started this business, we had our first baby, of course, in 2018.
Yes.
And what we did to make the moment very special, we invited our first baby, IVF London's first, and the world's first baby, who is Louise Brown.
Okay.
She's 43 years old, maybe,
Wow.
by now. So we invited Louise Brown, who was the world's first IVF baby, and IVF London's
so
first baby, to cut the cake together. So it was a very eureka moment.
Very nice.